Okay guys, got a couple of AR-15s out. Wanted to do a video on them. And this is the M&P AR-15. And this is the Bushmaster XM15-2. Okay, now these rifles, often referred to as the black rifle, are one of the most hated guns by the anti-gun left. And why is that? Is the 5.56 some kind of super round? I mean, can this round do things that other rifle and handgun rounds can't? No. In fact, this is one of the smallest rifle rounds there is. The only reason that the anti-gun left hates these rifles is simply because of the way it looks. These are the first things to get hit when there's a gun weapons bill introduced. They do not want us to have these rifles, just simply for the style, for the way they look. I love them. I think they're great. And I'm going to tell you some of the reasons why I like this AR-15 rifle so much. First of all, these are very easy to handle, very lightweight, very low recoil. It's very easy to stay on target when you're using this rifle. It's very mild recoil and very manageable, okay, when you're shooting this gun. It has the ability to hold a lot of ammo on board, 30 rounds or 30 plus 1, or you can get some of the drums that hold even a lot more ammo. The controls are all very easy to use. You got your forward assist, your mag release, the bolt release on the other side, it's safety and fire switch on the other side here. Bolt release right there. Collapsible stock. The controls are very easy to use on these rifles. And it is just a great battle rifle. When you get out there and you start using these rifles and playing around with them and you see the accuracy they have and what they can do, you'll understand why so many guys like these for combat. Also, they're very easy to field strip and clean. Just basic stuff. Push these two pins right here, one here and one here, push them out from the other side. You can use your finger and you can separate the upper and lower. Pull your bolt and charging handle out. Everything's there for you to clean. Very simple, easy to do. These rifles are very reliable. I know some of the older guys, the first thing they say is, "Oh, I'd never own one of those." I've heard a lot of guys say this, and most times it's the older guys. And they'll say, "I would never own one of those AR-15s. They're junk and they jam." Well, see, a lot has changed in the last 40 or so years with these guys. I know over in Vietnam, these rifles got a very bad reputation. These rifles were new at the time, and these guys were kind of under the impression that they didn't have to clean these guns, and they fired a lot of rounds through them. And they weren't chrome lined, and the temperature changes over there in the jungles it affected some of the things, and they were just running them dirty. And like I said, besides that, a lot has changed with these guys, you know, in the past decades. From my experience with these, they run super reliable, no problems. You clean it, oil the bolt, put it back together, and you can go run these guys like crazy. You won't have any problems with that at all. Also, another good thing about these rifles are the Picatinny rails like I have on the Smith & Wesson. I don't have any rails on this one as far as down here. I have the rail up here with the removable carry handle on this one. You have the ability on these guns to add any kind of optics, scopes, lights, lasers, anything that you want, you can add onto these rifles. It'll just take you seconds. That's another great thing about these rifles, okay? There's just so much you can do with these, and so many different configurations. You can change your grips out. This is the Magpul Myad grip. I love this. It really works out great. I have on here the Magpul AFG grip up here. I like shooting it with that on there. I also have, get it here. I need to get a new one. I don't like this one because this has the screw, and when you tighten it down, this screw just runs up into the rail and marks and mars up your rail. But I want to get another forward grip like this to use as well. These are great. You can just, stick these on in a second. And there's just so many different things you can do with this rifle, and they're so fun to play with because the recoil is very mild. And you want to talk about accuracy, buddy. These things are pretty much pinpoint accurate. And if we ever have a rash of dimes attacking us, these things can hit dimes at 100 yards with no problems. There's a few guys on YouTube I can send you to that'll show you how to do that. But very much hated by the anti-gunners. They do not like the look of that rifle. And what I say to that is, if you ever get mine, you'll be taking them and prying them out of my cold dead hands, and the barrel will still be smoking. That's what I say to the anti-gunners, because you're not going to get these from me. And I will always have a stock of these on hand for the day, if the day ever comes when they do decide to ban these, which I hope that never happens. And if it does happen, I hope we get that person out of office and we get somebody in there with some sense. Anything that you can do with these rifles, you can do with a standard looking wood stock, old-fashioned bolt action hunting rifle. It's just simply because of the look of the gun is why they don't want us to have these. And I don't ever want to see it come to that, guys. I love these guns. They're so fun to go out and shoot and play with. And, holding 30 rounds, you don't have to reload a lot. I've been looking into some of the drums for these. And there's a really good drum out there that you don't have to use any of the grease in. But that drum runs, I believe, $300 and some, and it holds 150 rounds. So I'm looking into that and just love it. Got some of these Hornady TAP personal defense rounds. The casing is coated in black. It's kind of neat looking. I won't use these for home defense. Some guys do. That's fine. But for me, this rifle would be used if things ever got turned upside down and we needed to go to the streets with a rifle. This would be what I'd take. I like this M&P. The Bushmaster's a good one too. This is just a standard stock out of the box. Bushmaster XM15-2. Nothing really fancy on this one at all. It does have the removable carry handle, and not really many not any upgrades done to this gun, I should say. But this is a good rifle as well. If you're in the market for one of these guys, I highly recommend the M&P. I have more time behind this one, and I got this one used, and the guy I got it from had done some classes, some training classes with this gun, and I think in one of the training classes he shot a few thousand rounds, and he also had this thing down in the mud rolling around on the ground. I got it from him, and it was cleaned up, still looks new, Finish is still great. No rust, no pitting anywhere. And I run this rifle and I've had 0 jams, 0 hiccups in it at all. And this is just the one I kind of choose to put a bunch of different stuff on. This also has the Magpul flip up rear sight. Okay. Comp M2 sight. But I'm also going to put this on the 50 Beowulf. It'll run on that Picatinny rail as well. And yeah, I like them, guys. There's a couple more things I'd like to do to this. One of them is, I can't remember the name right now, but I want the collapsible stock for this one. It's kind of like a triangle, and it's kind of hollow in here, and there's a tab that you push up on to adjust your stock in and out, and I believe that one's made by Magpul as well. And I'm thinking about, I don't know yet, I'm thinking about getting an EOTech, okay? And one of these is going to be on the 50 Beowulf, and one of those is going to be on this. I don't know how I'm going to run that yet, okay, until I get the EOTech, and then I'll have to see what happens. But I'm looking for some bulk 5.56 ammo to get for these guys. Plan on doing some shooting with these this summer. But yeah, guys, that's 2 of my black rifles I got out of the collection. And here's the big boy, the 50 Beowulf, that you guys have seen me doing some videos on. And as you can see, this rifle is modeled right after these ARs. Same type of configuration, okay? And that Comp M2 will easily attach right here on that rail. And that's what I will be testing on this rifle when I get it out there and go shooting. The land where I'm going to go shoot was still too wet and muddy, and it rained yet again today. So be patient. I will get this out there, and of course I will be taking these guys out as well. Probably this one a lot more than my other ones. This is the one I just kind of work with a lot, and I love them, guys. I highly recommend an AR-15 if you're thinking about getting a good rifle. Very fun to shoot, and they're just a blast. Alright, guys, that's about it. This is Humans for Targets, and I'm out.